Okay, so this is part 2 in my response to LogicSolver. I'm going to talk a bit about time travel here and the y-axis in T3. So as far as your notes on time travel go, the only thing that I think you really got wrong was that that you thought that that's not what I was trying to say. The reason for the y-axis is not to describe the nature of time itself, which is why I said that it's not really a real axis. It's only there for representation, only to help us tell the difference between objects that exist on the different timelines. And the reason that this process can continue on forever is because, truly speaking, each universe along it will continue to play out to completion and then will be completely replaced by the universe which is next up on the y-axis. And so the universes will actually be separate universes, and the only time that they won't be separate universes is when there is some sort of interlacing time travel going on, and those are the only links possible between the x or between two levels of the y-axis, and so but even at some point in time, if there will be some break. There will be some point in which a time traveler does not connect with the next universe over, and once that line's broken, then the next universe is once again said to be zero along the y-axis and be a separate universe, just made of the same matter. Now, I think the part that you misunderstood is that I don't believe that time travel itself would cause the y-axis to rise. Going back in time wouldn't cause a change in the timeline. The only way that it would cause a change in the timeline is if the reason that you go back in time is due to a random effect, which if a random effect causes you to do something different and go back in time, then if that happened when you went back in time, then that would be the result of a random effect. So it would cause another instance with every part of the universe that you connect with in the past. And then if you caused yourself another version of you to go even back further in time, or even someone else to go back further in time, then it would continue to cause new instances of the past in that particular case. But I mean, the chances of that happening are huge, or yeah, they're probably not even worth mentioning. And even if it did happen, it would still be deterministic. The fact that the person went back in time, like, it wouldn't mix with causality, but determinism would still hold. Random effects actually don't have anything to say against determinism, because tomorrow a random effect might happen. If it does happen, then it will happen. If it doesn't, it won't. But regardless, the truth value of whether or not a random effect will happen tomorrow is static. Either it will or it won't. It's not. It won't change based on I don't know how it could change. That's what determinism is. But the only thing that it has a problem with is causality, in the sense that one thing has to lead from another. And I don't understand why you would see the need for a third dimension, because nothing's really changing on the y-axis. It wouldn't be possible to move up and down it because it wouldn't be an actual axis. Everything there would only be one piece of anything in the universe. If you see space-time as a singular object, then it would all be static, and it would move around, but nothing would actually be lost or gained at any point in time. Nothing would actually change. The only thing that would change would be the way that it moves. And if something changes in the past, and let's say my future self comes back from the past and talks to me, though we may be made of the same matter, but we're moving in different ways. And if you see space-time as a single object, then the matter that we're each made of is at a different part in our journey along time. And so it's our personal timeline that matters, and whether or not something is going to replace another thing. So it won't be until my past self reaches my age that his timeline would replace mine. But by that time, I would be that many years older than him, and it would be the same cycle. It would just continue forward. So nothing would ever actually get replaced by its past, but it could still interact with it. So it's not really the past and the future, because it's all happening at the same time. And that's kind of what determinism says, is that everything has to happen, everything has to exist at all times. In the history in the past, everything exists as it exists now. And the only way to get out of that is with the eternalist argument that time doesn't actually exist, and there's only one flat state of objects, well, one flat level of objects, which are changing states at different rhythms. But I just think that it's needless complication of language for no real good reason. But anyway, let me know what you think if you have any more questions.